Hey guys, welcome back again. Well, as you can see, I was able to get the crumbler unfolded here in the shed, and now I want to take and do some welding on it. I was able to get the thing turned around for the most part long ways. Got practically jackknifed on the tractor over there, but got some brake and some welds right there. Right here, that cap is completely gone. And so, but I want to weld this strap right here. Got a crack right there, want to weld that. Just go across here, like I say, got some different breaks in areas. Right here is another break. Want to re-weld that. Now this thing has been welded by somebody long before I ever bought it. You can see back here, it broke across there. That's actually the tongue. It's been welded right there too. So far that all looks good. I don't see any cracking in that. So whoever it was did a good job. And so yeah, like I said, I just want to go across here getting some different areas that need welded. In fact, right there, you can't see it, another break. Right there, another break. It's been welded right here on this wing, right there on that, beside the hinge. And so far, I don't see any breaks in that, so it's good to go. It almost looks like though it's been stick welded. And I do know a stick weld is a higher tensile strength. And so yeah, like I say, got some spots right there, another break. And so just go across here, hitting different areas. And then I want to hit right here on this tire. You can see this right here is kind of bent. I got new bolts to put in there to take and re-bolt that. I gotta see if I can somehow take and press that back flat again. And then I got a break right there. That's cracked, completely broke right there. So I want to re-weld that. So yeah, I'll be trying to show you as much as I can anyway. One thing I'm running into with this thing being so long, it's either a 37 or a 38 foot crumbler. And I'm going to take and MIG weld everything because some of that's pretty thin metal. I don't want to blow through it with the stick welder. But the thing I'm running into, I'll show you, is right up here on the corner beside the big door is where I got my welding plug. I do have an extension cord that I can run my welder on. However, it's not going to reach clear across. That is the nice thing about having this big generator. So I'll be grabbing this thing here and carrying it down over and plugging into it to run my MIG welder, because I've actually done that before. And in fact, I think I had a short video on that here about a week or so ago, if I remember right. But yeah, I'll be showing you what's happening, everything like that. Okay, I want to take the grinder and let's see here. Want to hit this spot right here, maybe re-hit that one. Okay, that's got it lined up halfway decent, at least anyway. In fact, this one right here, it's been welded right there before. Okay, and then same thing once I get welding. I'm not going to be able to show any of that because I don't want to fry my camera out with the welding arc. I've already hit that one, this strap piece going across, I've already hit both ends on that. So I'm not going to show every one of these, but at least you get the idea of what I'm doing. And then when I get down there, kind of about where that wing cylinder hooks onto the main frame, there's actually a crack going completely across on that. I'll take and bring you back in and show you on that one also. Okay, well, I just got it welded up. I had to take and actually turn my welder down a little bit because it was wanting to punch through that thinner metal. But yeah, so far not too awful bad for right there, literally on the corner edge. And that should work good enough because that's how it was originally. It's basically stitch welded right in the center. And that doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. It's just like a cover deal. But figured since it's already cracked, I'll go ahead and weld it up and problem done. Or problem fixed. All right, I'm here in the middle. And right here where the wing cylinder hooks on. In fact, it almost looks like this part right here has all been welded. Kind of makes me wonder if somebody, well, it would not have been my neighbor, but probably be somebody before him had the thing, if they were pretty rough with this thing. But I got ground out here what I could. That's been welded right there before, and so I'm just going right down through there and re-weld that back up. And that's a little thicker, so I'm going to take and turn the heat up on my welder and try and hit that way. It can penetrate in better and hold on a whole lot better. But I just got noticing that even right here, this is, well, you can kind of see that right there. That's been welded also. That's where this piece right here, that pulls, and that's what pulls this left-hand wing up. And I see that's all been welded before. And back here. In fact, they actually welded that pin in. So like I say, I kind of wonder if whoever had it back years ago, if they weren't pretty rough with the thing. And that's what I've seen some people do. They're pretty rough with stuff and beat and bang it all up and send it on down the line. But like I say, just looking at that, I'm guessing that was that's back before my neighbor even had it. And so somebody before him has tore it up. And like I say, the welds I'm seeing, they're not cracking other than that one. But for the most part, they appear to be holding pretty decent. Well, I got the left side here all welded up. Not too awful bad. Had a hard time grinding a lot of that out of there, so I can only get about half of it ground out, but that should hold. In fact, I actually ended up blowing through the one part of it, so I had to go back in and refill it. That's on the left wing, and I just got done welding this right here, that little cap. And same thing here on the right hand wing. I got to take and grind this out and weld that. And with these hydraulic hoses right smack dab in the way, it's easier said than done trying to get down in there with the grinder. Okay, you guys got your safety glasses on? Just thought I'd ask. Okay, that's got it ground out about as good as I can get to it. So I'm gonna grab the welder and we'll get this in here tacked back up. All right, I got him welded up. It's not exactly the greatest because even with the welder turned down, I kept wanting to blow holes in it. And I had to keep backfilling. But that got it welded back together anyway. So we should be good to go on that section. All right, I'm over here on the right-hand wing now. I got 3 more right there, there, and right there of those cap pieces to weld back up. And then I'll be ready to work on that wheel. Well, maybe that frame piece that's busted. But getting down here on this wing, like I showed you a little while ago, with my extension cord for the welder not being long enough, I went ahead and I grabbed the welder generator and brought down here. Got it sitting here behind the Bobcat. So I've got my cord already plugged into it. Just gotta grab it and plug it into the welder. Get the generator fired up and I'll be ready to weld again. Like I say, I'm not showing welding as I do it. For one thing, I can't have the phone on my head along with the welding helmet, and secondly, I don't want to burn out my camera with the welding arc. But at least show you what I'm going to be doing, and then I can try and show you as much as I can, taking this piece apart right here, because I've got to weld that right there back up. You can see how it's busted. So I'll try to keep you up to date as much as possible. Okay, I just got it fired up. So I'm going to get the welder turned on and start welding up these cap pieces here. I do like that, like I said before, I like the run idle mode on that thing. That way when it's sitting there like that, it just idles along. As soon as you put any kind of demand onto it, it kicks up to full throttle. That does make it nice. Okay, I got my pry bars here. I gotta take this little snap ring out. And it's not a normal snap ring, like what you pop apart with a pair of snap ring pliers. It doesn't have any little holes in the end of it. So you gotta take, if I can get them to stay together, you gotta take a couple pry bars and basically pry against each other to get it off like that. Lay that right there for now. Grab my hammer. There we go. Should be able, yeah, just take and tip that forward, up like that. Grab the pin. And now I am ready to take this piece here off. Okay, grab the old torch. Get the tanks turned on. That always does help. There we go. Well, that's more like it. Oh, looks like I may need to take and ream them. That's not too bad, I guess. I have one of them torch head cleaners. I can take and clean them little holes out on that cutting head. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take and cut them bolt heads right off. Problem solved. Take that back. Well, I was going to cut the back off. I was taking cut the front ones off. That way I can take a punch and just run the whole thing right back out the back. All right, that's got one. Jump over here on this side and do the same thing. Okay, I think that thing is ready to come off there. We'll find out. Get my torch tanks turned off. I wonder if it's got a small burr still holding it on. There we go. That's got one. Okay, that came off. There we go. Okay, that's got those cut off. Now this here may be a little bit, we're a little bit warm, not too awful bad. Like I say, I want to take it over and put it in the press. Kind of straighten this area and this area over here, get that all straightened up. I'm going to have to get a big pry bar and get that pried up. That way I can weld that brake up right there. Let me show you what I'm getting into. I took this piece here off, of course, and I put it in the press, flattened it out, it's good to go. The thing I'm having trouble with, though, is trying to get that gap to pull back shut. When it broke like that, it kind of sprung it. So I wouldn't put a pry bar in there, trying to take and pull that back about as close as I can get to it. So I'm going to try that and just see if I can pry back on that and get it about as close as possible and see if that'll work. I've already ground it out, so that part's good to go. Then hopefully try and get that dumb thing welded back up. Once I do, then I can get these bolts here tightened back up. I've already put the cylinder back down, put the snap ring back in, put the pin in. So we'll see how this works. Okay, well, I just welded it up. Should be good to go. Got the bolts tightened down. That did straighten the wheel up as well, because the wheel was kind of sitting in there kind of crooked because with that being broke. But that definitely helped it. So I'm going to back the forklift and the welder up. I got a basket down there. It's got a few cracks, and I want to take and weld that basket up. And this thing should be ready to roll. Okay, you can see right there, it's getting some cracks right there on that centerpiece. That right there's broke. That right there's broke. Got some breaks right here as well on these slat pieces. So gotta get that straightened up. Smack with a hammer a few times until I get it lined up. Weld around the middle, weld around the outside here. We should be good to go. All right, let me show you here right quick. I just got done welding on this basket, and in fact, on this section right here, every one of these slat bars was either cracked or completely broke all the way around. So I had to weld all them up, weld the center up, weld the center right there. And thankfully this here is the only one that had each one of these bars that was broke. The rest of them all look good. A couple here across the back I had to weld right around the center. In fact, right there's one, right down there's another one. But other than that though, I think it should be ready to go. So I'm going to call that an end of this video. So take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.